14-year-old Brandy was constantly fighting with her mother at home in Boulder, Colorado. It had become a pretty toxic environment. Brandy's best friend at school was a boy named Kenny, and when things got ugly at Brandy's house, she sought refuge at Kenny's place, where he lived half the time with his single father, James Dean. It was never official, but Brandy was basically living with James and Kenny, and James, who was 52 years old, began taking an unhealthy interest in Brandy, and over time the relationship turned sexual. Brandy shared the details of her secret relationship with James with friends who notified a school social worker who then contacted the Boulder police. The cops were able to obtain a search warrant of both Brandy and James's phones, which were filled with text messages confirming the sexual relationship. While the police investigation was ongoing, Brandy moved back with her mom, who joined with the school social worker to petition the court for a protective order to keep James away from Brandy, but the judge denied the court order. Hours later, Brandy was missing from her home, and Mom called the police, who searched James Dean's house, finding Brandy hiding under James's bed, along with scattered sex toys and nude photos of Brandy. James was arrested, and he struck a plea deal with local prosecutors for a suspended sentence of 118 days in jail that he never had to serve. He just went straight home and quickly moved to a suburb of Phoenix, Arizona. The relationship between James and young Brandy became long distance and secretive. They would video chat for hours and send messages and nude photos on the social media app Discord, discussing their forbidden love. Finally, the sexual tension between the two became unbearable, and James paid a friend to drive Brandy to Denver International Airport, where she flew unaccompanied to Phoenix on a ticket purchased by James. Finally, they were together again. Upon arrival, Brandy sent a text to her mom saying she was safe and in Arizona. Dean showed her around Phoenix, introducing the 14-year-old girl to his friends as his girlfriend. Their plan was to keep a low profile until Brandy turned 16, where they could find a place to legally marry. Not so fast, James Dean. The police caught up with the couple in Flagstaff and handed the case over to the FBI because they now had the interstate hook needed to make this case federal. Brandy was once again sent home to Boulder, and James was charged federally with transportation of a minor across state lines for sex. He was just sentenced to 15 years in federal prison for this crime. Hopefully, over the next decade and a half, the spell between the two will wear off and young Brandy can rebuild her life. But what do you do with a guy like James under these circumstances? Let me know in the comments. Follow me for daily crime stories. Have a great day, and be cool.